Fisherman in the deep blue sea, yeah. Working hard for the family.
Fisherman Islands. This is a Fisherman Islands. And the family depends of the fruit the ocean gives. This is a Fisherman Islands. This is a Fisherman Islands.
On crab, kitri, bread or ski, and the beautiful war sea is a Fisherman Islands. Is a Fisherman Islands. I am a fisherman. With you all this is high man. Fisherman Islands. Oh yes, it's a Fisherman Islands. Fisherman, Galadale. Fisherman, all big brown. Fisherman, big maggot. Fisherman, all white. Fisherman, barracuda. Fisherman, big brim. Fisherman, yellow eyes. Fisherman, black arm. Fisherman, red eyes. Fisherman, Fisherman, big tadpole. Fisherman, bear chub. Fisherman, old front. Fisherman, gaddy. Fisherman, bobo tiburon. Fisherman, siete. Fisherman Island.
Old Providence is a beautiful island located in northwestern Colombia in the Caribbean Sea. And together with San Andres, Catalina and other islets, form the archipelago department of San Andres, Providence and Catalina. The islands have a population of approximately 5,140 inhabitants. One of the most traditional activities on Old Providence and Catalina is artisanal fishing. Many men and women on the island dedicate themselves to this activity, which provides sustenance for them and their families. The most popular technique used is the fishing line, but diving and the use of fish pots are also common. The coral reef of Old Providence and Catalina is the largest in the Caribbean and the third largest in the world after those of Australia and Belize. Johan Peñalosa Newball. Johan Peñalosa was born on the island of Old Providence on the 28th of November 1975 and is the second of 3 children. He attended the Hunin Primary School and then the Hunin High School. Afterwards, he studied music at the Atlantico University in Barranquilla. His 2 passions are fishing and music. Johan is very popular in the island community. He's married to Ebony Locke Nunez and has a son named Johan.
Fisherman Islands. This is the Fisherman Islands.
On crab key, tree brother ski, and the beautiful war sea is the Fisherman Islands. Fisherman, Galadale, Fisherman, all big ground, Fisherman, big market, Fisherman, all wives, Fisherman, Barracuda.
Johan Peñalosa is a fisherman and artist also. We start the fishing from I was picnic, probably when I had 10 years about there. I remember say when I used to come from school, I dash down my bag and go with a friend lang Nelly Downs. I used to fish in the bay. We started fishing in the bay. We used to catch fries and dash out and we catch we little snapper them, we little grunt them, we little bar them, and that's how I start the fishing. And afterward, we start going to lunch with the same company. Then we start going to lunch go fishing, and there we really I start up. Had Baltasar Suarez. You had Franco Long. You had Piling. We call him Piling, he's a friend. I remember his name right now, but they used to call him Piling. Angel Javier Chepe. All we, the neighbor them, used to go along and go fishing together. When I was small, as what I tell you, we used to take it like a hobby, go fishing, and we used to bring fish home too, you know. And afterward, after a while, we start going to lunch, go fishing with line, right close there, and the shoulder, right close there, close in the harbor there. And around 15 to 20 years back, yeah, I started it as a profession. But they dive. Same skin diving or spear diving, how they call it. And who I started with was with David Taylor. I started with Jorge Newball, Graber Newball, Irvin Howard. Them is experienced fisherman for here mountain. And them is who teach me a lot of things in the sea. And them is the first one carry me out behind the reef. And that was kind of hard for me to the first because yes, you see sick because you're not custom, your body not custom. And but again, they learn little by little. Sometimes I used to go and shoot one fish during the whole day. Not find no crawfish. And where right so till again they catch on and start shoot fish and catch lobster also. And start make me day pay. Fishing was far different before. According to what I taught old people and so. First of all, you never had engine. They used to fish in a catboat or in a canoe. They used to sail go to the north or wherever the wind go, they used to go fishing. And they hardly used to go behind the reef go fishing. They used to fish in the harbor or they go paint a reef. And there's a plenty product there at them time. Even when north wind used to blow, they used to go down a bay and they find the fish half dead pan the beer, but they go them backward in bucket and put up fish in the bucket and carry it home. Today you don't see that. And them time was plenty product, and anywhere they dash a line, they used to catch a pile of fish. I understand say the first canoe them used to come here, used to come from Nicaragua. They used to make out a whole tree, the body of a tree, then chop it out and they farm the canoe. That was the first canoe they used to come here. And after they used to build the catboat, them were right here. Like Mr. Cooley, and Mr. Jack Robinson. Them is the 2 persons I know who used to build catboat. And before the catboat, them is smaller. Now the catboat they carry up to 10 people when they have a race and thing. Before they used to carry 3. So it was easier for hangling, you know, and they put on the sail and then go fishing. They used to use water glass. If you see, stop on a shoal, if you see the fish them, if don't they have fish, I could actually like, yeah, fish down here. So they used to use water glass. Even they used to strike the crawfish fishing with kind time. They know used to molest it too much to eat. They see it in a water glass and they strike the crawfish and take it for fishing. Or they see with the water glass, they see kongs and they go between mascara and drop down and get the kongs and come up and take it for bait too. That was the technique they used to use them time. Fish pot used to use so, but not like now. Why? Because what I tell you, plenty product do this, so they used to fishing with line. And the fish pot used to use, yes, maybe people who never had a cat boat or never had a way to go fishing. And they set the fish pot right out front of the house, really close to the bay. And people used to respect that then time, you understand? So then go on, when I'm out, we blow the fish pot full. After music, fishing and sea is my life. I like the sea plenty because it's a way to relax also and to make a next income. Like we call it a side job, you know. And sea give good payment. Wise you know where to go, wise to find the product. So I enjoy it in a both way. I think the best way if we suffice the island back like before or get up more product again is respecting the season them. That is very important. If we respect the season them, you have labs out there for everybody. I mean, they don't make season for fish, but fish is scarce also. You have to go very far to the bank them, not bank them and so, go fishing deep water fish or whatever. Because you dive now to the day and you hardly see fish. You hardly see fish. Maybe a night wind will blow and then you go out and then you will see fish. But normally you don't see the amount of fish like how you see 10 years back. When I started fishing as a profession, I used to find plenty hagfish, plenty snapper, grouper, rockfish. Now it's scarcely you hardly see them fish. And it's not only say respect the season, it's how the earth they know too. The heat, they carry the product further to the deep, they look for the cool water. So all that got to see.
Fisherman Islands. This is the Fisherman Islands.
On Crab Key, Tree Brother Ski, and the beautiful war sea is the Fisherman Islands. Fisherman, Galadriel, Fisherman, all big round, Fisherman, big market, Fisherman, all white, Fisherman, Barracuda.
The importance of corals in fishing. Coral reefs are formed by skeletons of a marine invertebrate called coral. This structure covers less than 1% of the ocean bed, forming an area of approximately 285,000 square kilometers. They are among the most productive and diverse ecosystems on Earth. This ecosystem is a habitat for many types of fish, such as snappers, groupers, parrotfish, angelfish, and others, as well as shellfish and invertebrates such as lobsters, shrimps, and other creatures that are important for fishing industries around the world. According to the Hopkins Marine Station of Stanford University, coral reefs provide an estimated $30 billion annually in direct economic benefits to people worldwide through food, fishing, and tourism. There are many threats that endanger the survival of these marine creatures, such as water pollution, the increase in water temperature, non-sustainable methods of fishing, acidification, and overfishing. But most important of all is the lack of education on the part of the decision makers and the community. 43.91% of the marine ecosystems of the Providence and Ketlina platform is formed by corals, which include patches and a large coral barrier reef considered to be one of the most important in the Caribbean. This barrier gives shelter and food to the marine life on which the local economy depends, and also helps protect the coastline from erosion. Conservation of the coral reef is vitally important for these islands, which depend on fishing and tourism. Our actions on land impact the quality and availability of our marine resources, and we must change our actions now to protect our survival in the future.
The cost of life in Providence is very high. So with one job, it's not easy. Really have fishermen where only dedicate to that. They dedicate to that, but yes, they have an next income, but not say principal. The principal is fishing, you understand? And fishermen really win good, as I said before. But I feel like the government and whoever in charge of this Secretary of Agriculture or Fishing can help the fishermen them. Help them get new way to fishing, help them with the tools, help them with lunch and different things. Then do it already. But I mean, continue do that. And look how we help them when the season does they don't have to go and catch the lobster or whatever where they count. But the fishermen also have to be conscious and learn to what? To economize and to save. If them saves a little bit what they catch weekly, when the season comes, then we have something also. But sometimes it's not easy because sometimes wind blow, sometimes all a week wind blow and that week they don't make, so what they had said they have to spend it. So that is relative, you know. The first time something happened to me in the sea was when I had about 17, 18 years. I got with a professor, was my professor in music. The guy right now have a mountain of fishing. Yeah. I was going in a canoe. And it kind of bit rough, you know, and with the fishing there, a wave come and turn over the canoe with product, with fish, with everything. And we the bar along the place and a lunch away. And man they fix up something for the lunch and the lunch away and gone out and rescue we and bring we show. And next time now lately, put it say, not say lately, but at least 8 years back, I gone and we shoot fish and shoot a maggot and he come off of the rod, shoot him again, he come off, but 3 different times I shoot him and he come off. And you know, so when you shoot a fish, them kind of way when let go blood. Mm-hmm. So I come up with the fish and when I feel like something rub against me, something brush against me, and when I put my head in the water, it was a shark. Turn back to me. All I could do is take the rod with the fish and fight him with it and him they try bite the fish, they try bite, where shall I shout the lunch? And as the lunch come, I jump in and dash the rod down there with the fish. And I could have barely see when he take 2 bites and go down the road. When they want is the fish. Well, you get a little bit scared, but what you do now is have more precaution. You understand? If you shoot a fish and he come off, and you can't get to him a second time maybe, leave it. Because you know say shark when come around. And the next time too, I was diving and I used to dive very deep. And I gone and I have to try to shoot a rockfish and I take too long underneath the water. They are about 10 to 12 of them and then boy good thing say my companion them was there and when I get halfway water, I fly up. But after I get on the surface I don't know what happened. Them say like I start hitch and go a kind of way and me I turn over and they bite the snorkel, the hitch we breathe, what we call blackout. Mm-hmm. So if them friend wasn't there, or that, I want to hear they talk to you. So all them things you have to have precaution. Do abuse of your wind, do abuse of the sea in the sense that say, and we're shooting at dirty water. So you have to have plenty of precaution. The sea you don't have to afraid for it, but you have to respect it.
Fisherman Islands. This is the Fisherman Islands.
On Capítulo Brothers Ski and the beautiful war sea is the Fisherman Islands. Fisherman, Galathiel, Fisherman, all big ground, Fisherman, big maggot, Fisherman, all white, Fisherman, Barracuda.
One of my favorite places fishing, to dive. We talk about dive because I know hardly fishing with line now. Is round the elbow, behind the lighthouse. I love dive round there because it's an easy way to search for lobster. You see a nice snapper, now and again your rockfish. You see also old wife. So and it's a easy way to dive around there. And that's why I like dive around it. But then tell me say all Indians had plenty more product before. So you still make it up, but not like how you go want maybe. Sometimes you go good, very good, but sometimes you go regular. Well, really, I'm not a key fisherman or fisherman. I got a key one time. I got Queen. One time I got that was, wow, that was the best. The crawfish season, it just up. And when you get over there, anyway, crawfish here, crawfish down, crawfish here. And that was so amazing. That was nice. Well, concern the area, that affect the islands. It do affect Colombia as much as when it affect Providence and San Andres. Why? Because the biggest bank them was for the fishermen them from the island used to go out fishing. Have restriction now. According to what I understand, they have to have special permission to go and fishing there. Why? Because it belongs to Nicaragua now. And really that affect a lot the industry of fishing for these islands. I feel like you got a kind of mechanism to do that. You can start with what is project, sustainable project that can help fishermen to get ahead, to increase the profession. Them project can focus on, for example, plant fish, like how they had a process when in maricultura. That is a way to help fishermen. Bring people where teach them new technique of fishing. What kind of bait you can use, if you can use false bait, different way of technique, and all that will help fishermen to increase themselves. You understand? And the government can make also what you call intercambios, or look for different country support them the process. So I believe that is the way government can put the hand in it. The veterans want them keep up, it's not easy. Keep up and keep doing with love like how they come in to do it all the time. And for the new set of fishermen, learn from the old one. Learn from the older one them. And they will do it better enough for them time now too. Understand? And everything is be constant. And then constant, they will learn a lot. And they will get ahead.
Fisherman in the deep blue sea, yeah. Working hard for the family. Fisherman like country. Fisherman like Joe. Fisherman like Lucio. Fisherman like Ali. In that deep blue sea, working hard I say, for the family, for the family, for the family, 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 for the family, 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 for the family, 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 family. Is the fisherman Oja? Is the fisherman Herai? Is the fisherman Oja? Is the fisherman Herai? Oh na 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 na. 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 Fisherman like Alinja. Fisherman like Bumpy. Fisherman like Big Jack. Fisherman like Jimbo. In the deep blue sea, working hard I say, for the family, for the family, for the family, 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 for the family, family, family.